What's up, Cali Media? Welcome back to the channel. You guys know we got another reaction clip at the 3-minute mark. So if you don't want to hear me continue to talk, go ahead and run the clip at the 3-minute mark. We actually have two clips that we're going to run for you, right? So with that being established, let's talk a little bit about 4Extra. Before we get into the whole conversation, though, I hope 4Extra gets better at the end of the day. It's a serious situation, But let's talk a little bit about this, man. Go ahead and hit me with a like or hit me with a dislike. Whatever suits you guys best here on Kelly Media. That's exactly what it's about, right? Hey, and go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't subscribed. And for the ones who have subscribed, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you take the notification bell off of personal and smash it on all so you don't miss a video, a live stream, or anything to do with the channel, right? Hey, and consider to be a member. You're highly appreciated. Hit the member section up if you are interested, right? So with that being established, let's talk a little bit about 4Extra, Adam22, Mr. Adam22, right? So as you guys all know, the 4th of July was a horrible day for 4Extra, right? He blew his hand off, right? He blew his hand off from a fire. It wasn't even a firework. It was half a stick of dynamite, right? So Adam22 says that he got the actual story from Lupe, right? What actually happened, right? So 4Extra was actually in a moving vehicle trying to throw a stick of dynamite out the window. Allegedly, he said when he lit it, it popped. And they're inside the vehicle. He goes as far as saying that his homie lost part of his face, lost his eyeball and part of his face. 4Extra lost his hand, and he was blind for a little while. They're saying his vision is coming back slowly, but he is not fully blind, right? So that is a good thing. Shouts out to 4Extra. I hope he gets better, right? So Adam22 basically says that the Mexicans did this to 4Extra. He's saying that the Mexicans, us Mexicans, gave 4Extra the dynamite stick, right? Now we all know in 4Extra's story, he was definitely not at a Mexican fireworks stand. I could probably put my life on that, right? So Adam22 is always trying to stir up the pot, but let's play this next clip though, and we'll get into the rest of them. I'm out.
Well, is the blindness caused by the explosion, or was it like, or is that more like a trauma reaction that the body just?
No, it was the explosion. From what I heard, he was actually in the car and he was lighting the firework, about to throw it out the window, and his homie was driving, and that's why his homie, I think, may have lost an ear, this part of his face, and an eye. Now, I'm not even 100% sure who the friend is. I don't know if it's somebody that he's ever...
All right. So it seems like there was definitely a fatal mistake made, right? Everybody knows. Now, we got to remember, 4Extra and them, they weren't playing with just M80s. They weren't playing with just fireworks. They were playing with half a stick of dynamite, right? And I'm not too sure if he really knew what he had. He might have thought he had an M80. Maybe. I don't know if he really knew that he had half a stick of dynamite, right? Usually when dynamite's lit, it's lit with a fuse from a very far distance. Now, that's a wild situation, though. To get your hand blown off, your homie's face gets blown off, It's a crazy situation, man. The good thing is that 4Extra is up in alert. In the picture you see here, he's up in alert, right? But, one thing you never do is play with fireworks, especially from a moving vehicle. Think about it. When you throw it out the window, the force of the wind is going to blow it right back inside the vehicle. That's a very, 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 very bad mistake, right? Hey, now, let's get into the next clip where Adam22 says, allegedly, us Mexicans gave 4Extra the dynamite stick. He's saying that there's multiple rumors and conspiracy, which is a lie, because if you go on YouTube and you type in 4Extra, you're not going to see anybody blaming Mexicans for what happened, right? Now, let's get into the next clip where Adam22 got to say, now this is no way, shape, form, fashion, or racial thing. This is only pointing out the facts of Adam22 and how he really tries to stir the pot, right? Let's go.
Those guys hanging out.
I am hesitant.
Homie's cousin was with them all day.
I've seen a lot of people pushing a conspiracy theory that like the Mexicans are trying to take the blacks out by selling them faulty fireworks. I feel like that's far too much of a leap to a conclusion that based without evidence, it just seems like kind of an absurd claim to make.
But to the masses, it's crazy. Now, like, oh, I don't like this guy, sell him this box. Maybe, but we're gonna sell all
right, so I want to say I think Adam22 is smoked out the game, right? What he just said, the Mexicans are trying to take out the blacks with fireworks. Now let's get this thing clear, man. Yes, Mexicans sell fireworks, but the majority of the fireworks that are sold by multiple races. It's not just one race. So Adam22, definitely is trying to stir the pot at the end of the day, right? Now, we all know Jumper gets everybody in trouble, so to sit there and blame us Hispanics on a mistake that 4Extra clearly made, you just said it yourself. Adam22 just said that, he threw it from a moving vehicle. This is how it occurred, right? So to sit there and blame the Hispanics and try to say that, first of all, know who you're buying your fireworks from, know what you're buying, know the hazards, know the safety, know the do's and don'ts, know the instructions. Just know what you're handling. Fireworks are like a firearm. If you don't know what you're doing, you can hurt yourself. So hit the like button, drop a comment. Adam22 is definitely out of his mind. May 4Extra get better. And everybody knows, man, 4Extra, he has a big following with the Hispanic community. So salute to him. Adam22 is always trying to stir the pot on Fed Jumper, but that's just the way it goes, man. Let's go.